SFB Addict here. Why is it so hard to get rid of Windows and install Linux? Windows just seems to be a zombie that refuses to die sometimes. Nick Byford wrote an article comparing Linux Mint to Windows 10, and in that article, one of the points of comparison was installation, and here he gave the one-upmanship to Mint. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as his article would make it look. Linux often has a very hard time actually getting installed and being booted because of things that the industry in general has done to make that as difficult as possible. And the first thing that they did is they replaced the basic input-output system, or BIOS, with Unified Extensible Firmware Interface, which basically can allow remote diagnostics and repair of computers. But part of UEFI is Secure Boot. And basically it prevents the loading of drivers or operating systems that are not signed with an acceptable digital signature. And that is basically software that is trusted by the original equipment manufacturers. And often your particular Linux distribution either doesn't have this, or it has it, but it's not quite recognized properly. So you have to often turn off UEFI in order to bypass Secure Boot. And sometimes you actually have to go back in and specifically turn off Secure Boot and then bypass UEFI. Now this has gotten much better in recent years, but it can still be a pain in the butt. But another thing that you often get is Windows itself has locked the drive. And there's a couple things that you may need to do here. You may have to go back into Windows and properly shut down, but even properly shutting down may not let go of the drive. Sometimes you have to hold down the Shift key while shutting down, because it gets rid of this automatic login thing, which can sometimes somehow hold the drive. So if you really truly want to put a bullet through the brain of that zombie, you've got to hold down the Shift key when you log out of Windows. You then have to go into your UEFI, turn off Secure Boot, and then try installing your operating system. Now once you've got all that done, I do agree with Boyd that Mint from that point on is easier to install than Windows 10. That's it for this video.